Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Friday, March 27th, and this is my morning market breakdown of the US dollar pairs, including gold, and we also look at a couple of the yen pairs. As always, we start off with the dollar index because if we can figure out what the dollar index is doing, we pretty much know what to do on all the dollar pairs themselves. And like I've been saying pretty much all week for actually a few weeks now, and this is very clearly a 1-2, and this is a wave 3. I was thinking perhaps we were in a wave 4, but it just keeps on pushing up and it never broke structure. This is higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. It never broke structure. Wave 3 kind of needs to break structure of wave 4, that is, kind of needs to break structure of a wave 3, and it never did. So this potentially might just keep on going up. And if it does, it is still a wave 3. It might be a wave 5 of wave 3, but it definitely is a wave 3. So my target for a running is right here, the 100% Fibonacci extension from the weekly time frame. But it possibly could be an expanding, and if it is an expanding, it will possibly go all the way up here to complete what I think is very clearly 3 waves up, 3 waves down, and then 5 waves up for a running, which would be here, or 5 waves up for an expanding, which would be here. This could just be a wave 3, and this could just keep on making higher highs, higher lows, go up here, break structure, and then eventually end way up here, several months from now. Either way, we're definitely still bullish. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, this little move up that we got today has not made a new high yet, so really our structure needs to be right here, which means that it could go down and it could make a higher low based on our structure and just keep on pushing up. So anything we see to the downside, we are definitely just looking at as a possible pullback within an uptrend, unless we go down and break this low right here. If we break this low right here, we can definitely become bearish the dollar, but as of right now, we are doing nothing but looking for longs on the dollar. If we're looking for longs on the dollar, then we need to apply that information to the dollar pairs themselves and trade accordingly. So starting off on the euro dollar, heading back up to the daily time frame, I was actually originally thinking all week long that the euro dollar was going to make another push up, but just basic structure analysis, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. This might just be another lower high. It might just keep on going down. Like I said, this could all still be just one trend from the top, and it might just keep on making lower lows, lower highs. The trend is down based on structure, and the candles themselves are also making lower highs. So the trend is also down based on momentum, like market flow. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, this was kind of a tricky week in my opinion because we had this big impulsive move up on Monday caused by Trump. And then we had a very overlapping pattern the whole rest of the week, which made you think that this move down was a pullback to this move up, which is definitely still could be. So if it does bounce from this 78% Fibonacci retracement, if it does break structure, then I will definitely go long on the first pullback after the break of structure. But we have to keep in mind that the daily is down based on momentum and based on structure. So it could go up, make a lower high, go down, go up, make a lower high, go down, and just continue this lower low, lower high. So we are definitely looking for shorts unless it breaks this high right here with momentum. So moving on to the pound dollar, back up to the daily time frame. Pound dollar, but basically same thing. I was originally thinking this week that we were going to get another push up, but lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. This could easily just keep on going down and make a new lower low now. Very simple structural analysis tells us that the trend is down based on structure. The trend is also down based on momentum because the candles themselves are making lower lows and lower highs. So based on those two factors, we are definitely bearish. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, just like the euro dollar, I think it was kind of a tricky week because this big impulsive move up we had on Monday caused by Trump, and then we had a very overlapping pattern which looked extremely corrective, making us think that it was going to bounce from a fib level and continue up. Which we are sitting at the 78%, so if it does go up, if it does break structure, then I will definitely get long on pullbacks. But based on the daily time frame, the trend is down. It could easily just bounce, make a lower high, go down, bounce, make a lower high, and just keep on making those lower lows, lower highs, which is why we'll just keep on trading with the daily time frame market flow until proven otherwise. Moving on to the Aussie dollar, back up to the daily time frame. The Aussie dollar this week finally broke and held below these two structure levels. That proves to me that this whole wave up right here is complete. There's only two things that can happen now. It can either make a pullback to the whole move up, someplace between 38 and 78%, and then continue the uptrend. Or if this is really the top of a wave C, which I think it definitely could be, then it might just on this daily time frame make lower lows, lower highs the whole way down, all in one big impulsive trend. So either way, we're looking for sorts. Either scenario, it doesn't matter that much because either scenario, we're definitely still looking for sorts. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, this spike right here is definitely a current structure level. So if it breaks above there, you can justify looking for longs. But as of right now, definitely looking for sorts. This one was also very tricky, I think, because with that big impulsive move up on Monday, there was a couple times where this thing looked like it was going to continue the uptrend, but then it just kept on making lower highs, 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 and lower highs, and just kept on pushing down. If it breaks down lower low, lower high series, then we'll start looking for longs. If not, we'll just continue to look for shorts. Moving on to the US dollar CAD, I think the dollar CAD is very clearly a wave three, and I think that the wave three is not even close to being over. I think that we will take out this high. That doesn't mean that we might not get a pullback on sort of time frames. That just means that most likely it will take out this high, and most likely on this time frame, it will not break structure to the downside. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, our current structure is right here because that's where it went up and made the most recent high. So anything we see to the downside, we are looking at as likely just a pullback within a downtrend, within an uptrend. I mean, every single one of these moves down that we've had over the last week or two, even that big move down we had on Monday, was nothing more than a pullback within the daily time frame uptrend. So if this really is a wave three, then it may not even be close to being over, and we might want to just continue to look for longs on pullbacks. Moving on to the US dollar Swiss, same thing basically. I think this is very clearly a one. I think that the wave two ends here, and I think we're in a wave three. I think that it will go up and break this structure, especially based on my weekly time frame analysis. And we're not even at a Fibonacci level right now, so I'm not really too concerned about resistance as of yet. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, our current structure is right here. And even if it does start to push down today, as long as it doesn't break this low right here, we are definitely looking at anything we see to the downside is likely just another pullback within an uptrend. The 78% could be an area of resistance, but that doesn't mean that it's going to turn there. That just means that maybe it makes another one of these pullbacks like it's been doing, pretty much all week long. And at the end of these pullbacks, if we were focused on longs, we would have been doing very, very well. This is another one where I thought a couple different times I thought this was potentially going to turn down because of this big impulsive move that we had on Monday. We got to be careful with these big impulsive moves caused by Trump because a lot of times these big impulsive moves seem like they're nothing more than a liquidity grab, and that it just keeps on going in the higher time frame direction. These big moves on the sort of time frames do not change anything most of the time on the higher time frames. So a lot of times it's just like a trap for the short time frame traders, it seems like. Moving on to gold, back up to the daily time frame. Gold, in my opinion, is extremely clearly a wave four right now. I'm not really convinced the wave four is over. I've been saying this week that maybe Friday or Monday it would be over, but now I think that, most likely it needs a couple more days. Probably it's going to be Monday or Tuesday before it actually goes down and makes a wave five. So whether it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on wave C, I definitely think it is, but we don't want to, impose our analysis too much, meaning that we don't want to get married to that analysis because it could just keep on going down if it wants to. Going down to the 1 hour time frame all week long, I've been saying that this is either going to make a running or an expanding. If it's a running, then it would be a higher low, which it looks like it could be already trying to do that, right? So here's your A, B, C running, and then it goes up and makes a wave C, and then later on goes down, possibly next week. It seems to me like it is making that running. It seems like we got a higher high wave B and possibly a higher high wave C, and now it probably is going to go up and finish off the wave C of wave 4 before it goes down to make a wave 5. I think a break and hold above this structure should confirm that. Obviously, there was a break of structure today or whatever it was last night on a little bit of a shorter time frame. So if you are a very short time frame trader, you probably are already looking for longs. And if it goes up and breaks this 1 hour time frame structure, that probably pretty much confirms that it's going to go up to at least a 50% to finish off a wave C. Now moving on to the yen pairs, the dollar yen. Dollar yen is all the way back up and made another new high. Now this 160 area is a huge area of resistance. A lot of people say that this is where the Bank of Japan possibly is going to step in around the 160 to 160.5 area. So possibly we're going to get a big move down at some point, but we need to see, really what we need to see is a break of structure, which we never did get. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, very tricky move because big impulsive down on Monday. I think this big impulsive down on Monday was very tricky this week because it really made us think that this move up was a pullback and that it was going to make a lower high and continue down. But instead, what it did was made higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and just kept on pushing up. I would definitely keep an eye on these Fibonacci extension levels for areas of resistance. If it breaks down, what's current down is right here. If it breaks structure down, then we'll definitely become bearish. If it doesn't break structure down, then we definitely want to continue to look for logs. Like I said, that 160 to 165 area is supposed to be a big area of resistance. So it could be getting close to a big turn, but until it actually does turn, we don't really know for sure, do we? Moving on to the euro again, back up to the daily time frame. To me, the euro again does look like an ABC on the daily. It really looks like this is impulsive down break of structure and that this thing could maybe pop up one more time, but it looks close. But you got to keep in mind that close on the daily could be, possibly 3, 4, 5 candles away, which means it could still be a week or more away. Definitely looks like it's getting close though. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, we did get a little bit of a break to the downside on the 1 hour, but we got to be careful with these 1 hour breaks to the downside because yes, it did break to the downside, but that might just be now making a pullback to the last impulsive move up, which is from here to here, which means it could go down and then just keep on going up. That's why I would follow my structure because if it breaks structure back to the upside, we definitely want to realize that the trend is up on the weekly and the trend is up on the daily. Those higher time frame trends need to be your friend. A lot of times you get breaks of structure against those higher time frame trends on the shorter time frames, and then they just keep on going in the direction of the higher time frames because those higher time frames are much more reliable than anything you're going to see on the 1 hour time frame and below, even the 4 hour time frame and below. Moving on to the pound dollar. So the pound dollar, same type of thing. We have this big impulsive down. We have this break of structure. Yeah, I still think there's a good chance that this could make a lower high, but until we get a hold below, in, until we at least get engulfing down, or preferably a break of structure. What I'd really like to see is another break of structure on the daily. But if we get engulfing down, we'll start looking for sorts. And then if it just keeps going down, great. But just because it's starting to engulf down now doesn't mean anything. This daily candle obviously still has what, about 11 hours or more until it closes. This thing could make a higher low still and keep on pushing up if it wants to. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, this is the breaker structure on the 1 hour. If it does break and hold below there, then the short time frame traders could justify looking for sorts. Just keep in mind that this breaker structure only tells us that this last impulsive move from here to here is over. It could easily go down, bounce from a Fibonacci retracement move, a Fibonacci retracement of this last move up, and it could just continue the higher time frame uptrend. So, be careful with the shorter time frame analysis. A lot of times, the shorter time frame breaks of structure doesn't mean that anything has changed on the higher time frame. The higher time frame is definitely up on the daily, and it's definitely up on the weekly. So, anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, don't, check out my website if you're interested in following along with all my trades and being part of a great group on Discord. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading.